If I'm riding in this deal, it'll be right where you see Dawson Cindric, right down there somewhere.
And I've seen a lot of crashes happen with the things that they're doing by guys slowing down and changing lanes, and all of a sudden the speed difference is too much. So it's super easy to make a mistake, and especially if you're in that swarm around 14th position.
Well, Austin Dillon has swarmed his way up into 8th in that melee. In his number 3, Richard Childress Chevrolet, his team was kind enough to let us sit in on their pre-race meeting.
All right, guys, real quick, obviously, Talladega, we know how this can go. Stages are 60, 120, 188. We will have to stop for fuel in every single one of them. We'll use our timer on pit road. It'll be right around 4 seconds each time. Yeah, it's Austin's birthday, too. So let's put our best foot forward like we do every week. Find our P's and Q's. Try and position ourselves at the end of this thing.
Thank you, Richard Boswell. Austin turns 35 today. We're in the top 10.
Austin Dillon is 35, makes me feel like I'm 100.
I agree.
I remember starting to drive for Richard, and Austin and Ty were 7, 8 years old. Man, I feel old. I don't look as old as Boyer, but I feel that way.
Yeah, I remember when Dylan picked me up at the airport and we went to watch their T-ball game.
Yeah.
They weren't even driving anything.
Well, he's driving the same number now that he wore in the Little League World Series and that his grandfather had when he raced here at Talladega. Number 3.
Guys, I've been watching A.J. Allmendinger clear back there at the back of the pack. You can see him way behind. What's he doing back there? I keep thinking, man, he's going to mess around and lose the draft. What he's working on is the fastest lap. That's the point. You see him, see how fast he pulled right back up on the group there and
stay off of pit road. Tires on there is important. A lot more fuel-only stops.
Being a good fueler track, I think it's awesome to be able to be a little bit in the spotlight as a fueler. Makes your job feel like it's important. Once lap 140 comes up, it's just the fuel mileage to the end. Green-white checker comes out, you hope you have enough.
I focus a lot myself on numbers. You want to sometimes play it backwards just to have enough to finish.
It's kind of like being the field goal kicker coming in, game on the line. Big importance on keeping the car full today.
40 of 60 laps complete. Watching those Toyotas, and they peel off for pit road, and they're not coming alone. Whole group of cars are going to come in with them. Down to pit road speed, down to 55. Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace.
didn't see anybody locking it up coming in. First and foremost, you have to make sure that you minimize the mistakes, Kevin, and locking a wheel up where you have to put tires on instead of gas and go will crush you right here.
14 cars. That's more than a third of the field came in.
Stalled out of Briscoe.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe has trouble leaving, and he comes out last.
Well, that's what we talk about. You can't make any mistakes on pit road. In a day like today, where all of these green flag pit stops happen, you have to be flawless on everything that you do. And in Chase Briscoe's situation, he lost all of his track position, and he'll be lucky to hang on to that group.
Now, at the top of the screen, the map shows Cole Custer, who's leading this race. He's that blue Ford out front. And it shows the first of the Toyotas and the other cars that just pitted, that being the 20 of Christopher Bell.
All right, one thing I see with this group that just came, the Toyotas and the rest of them right there, they're not grouped together very good at all, Kevin. That's not a very good job of staying together. The performance and the overall group is going to be with who can stay together the tightest and formulate that line the quickest.
And let's talk about that. As you get these cars that are separated in this group that is trying to pull up, you want to kind of fan out a little bit to give that fourth place car that's behind a chance to catch up.
So the group that stopped were 6 of the Toyotas and half of the Chevrolets. We're told these are the trouble.
There it is. Oh,
One car wildly spinning up toward the top of the wall as 2 more go through the infield, including Keselowski and Blaney are involved in a miscue trying to get to pit road, and caution is out for the first time today.
Big damage for Keselowski. I think he's tore up the most. I think the right rear toe leak is definitely broke on Blaney on the 12, but I think they can get that fixed. 6 car with, man, he was in not a must-win situation, Kevin. but he was ready to pounce on him this weekend. Talked about it in the pre-race with him.
And this is what we talk about all the time. And you look at Kyle Busch there involved in the wreck, and you look at these Fords. The Fords have had a lot of trouble finishing these races off and taking advantage of those fast cars. But this was just a mistake coming to pit road.
Ford Performance Cam for Blaney. Window net down. Now, if the driver stays in the car, that means he's requesting assistance from the wrecker and the push trucks to get that car either to pit road or the garage for repairs, and then he can return to the race. If the driver climbs out, it's done for the day. Let's see this unfold as they come off turn number 4 and head for pit road.
You see how much faster Keselowski and Busch were catching those 3 cars in front of them. Just run out of room. Tried to move down. You see Blaney caught the front end of Keselowski, pretty much ripping the whole front end of his car off. Busch doesn't have a ton of damage, but they stack up quick. That's 2 lanes of traffic and people staying out. You see Zane Smith pull up, and look how much faster they run those guys down. Busch gets in the back of Keselowski, turns him up the track. Damage on that Bowman car as well.
Yeah, and it looks like Kyle Busch was actually out of shape trying to slow down. Had to get on brakes too hard.
Well, look how fast they slowed down in front of him.
First caution of the day in Talladega.
Join the more than 7 million adults